Lord of Rings. Cozies here of Spider-Man, swinging through the city, man. Talking movies, feeling good, 80s vibe understood. Lights and camera, action, let's go. It's the Taplock Show, you know. Film and TV all the way. Stay tuned, don't go away.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to the season finale of the Tell Talks Talk Show. Tonight on the show, we are going to be reflecting on 20 streams of the Tell Talks Talk Show. We're seeing absolutely bizarre. When I was putting the stream together tonight, it's actually mad how much content we've done, how many cons we've been to, how many films we've reviewed, collections, pops we've got signed, guests we've met. So much has actually gone on. So yeah, we're going to reflect on it all tonight. So yeah, should be a really good stream. Join me tonight. We've got the guys, Dino, Joe, and Coombsy. How are you both doing, guys?
Good.
Good?
Yeah. Yeah, loving life. Big day for me as well, so buzzing.
Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah, Rings of Power come out today, and you've done it already, yeah? You've done
Yeah,
it through?
smashed it out.
Yeah. Let's see who's in the chat. We've got Corey here. Good to see you, Corey. Craig's in. Thanks for popping in, Craig.
Oi.
Mark's here. Oh, Christine's here. Hey, Christina. Thank you for tuning in. So we're going to get straight into it because, yeah, 20 weeks or 20 videos, or 20 live streams. So a lot of talking. So let's get straight into it. The first stream we done of episode 1 was Comic-Con Aberdeen.
What a trim.
Lots to take. What a trim. A lot to take in from Comic-Con Aberdeen. First thing I noticed is obviously Bernard Hill, obviously sadly passed away. He's no longer with us. Met the lovely Karen Gillan. Now, Comic-Con Aberdeen was actually a really great con. Really, really surprising. Venue was brilliant. Joe, what was your thoughts on Comic-Con Aberdeen? And yeah, just give us your thoughts on that weekend.
Yeah, just a really easy con. The venue was mad. Really futuristic looking from the outside. Really easy, even though we were flying to it. Hotel was next to the airport. Venue was next to the airport. Night out was good. Molly Malone's was class. Guests were good. It was just a very, very good con. Yeah, very, very good. And I think our vlogs were probably the best Comic-Con vlogs we've done this year potentially. So it was a very good weekend all in all.
Yeah, I remember that con for your vlog. It was your debut of the baby mic, wasn't it? When you debuted baby mic. So yeah, the baby mics have come a long way. They've been to quite a few cons now. Coombsy, what was your take from Comic-Con Aberdeen and the lineup and stuff? Was it one you would have gone to if you could?
Yeah, if seeing as you said it was right next to an airport, I feel like it would be an easier one than most. And the guest lineup was pretty good. It seemed quite quiet compared to the Edinburgh that you did.
Oh yeah,
but you got everything done. You had Diamond for this one, didn't you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. We got Diamond because we had Karen Gillan, and just because we were only doing one day, we just didn't want to queue. So because we're only getting 1/2 guests, might as well just enjoy the con and focus on some content rather than standing in a queue all day. And it made it so much more enjoyable.
I'm trying to think who else
really does.
But it was
You
obviously
met Ross, yeah.
There must have been someone else. Surely, I do remember us getting Diamond, but I feel like, why did I get Diamond for only 2 people?
It's because we had photos as well.
Did Karen cancel the Sunday and then both days merged onto Saturday? I think that was
No.
That was LFCC, but she was only doing the Saturday, so she's only doing one. Yeah, we would have been queuing for God knows how long.
Sundays.
Yeah, maybe it was the opposite. Maybe I had a bit of spare money, and I probably just was so keen to get Karen Gillan because it was all our own photo, wasn't it? So yeah, but yeah, no, really good experience that one. Yeah, anything to take away from that weekend? I actually really enjoyed it. I can't believe how long ago it actually is. I
know, 6 months ago. 6 months last week. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, it was very good. Things to take away as a Scotland con. If I had to choose between the two, I'd choose Aberdeen any day of the week. So that's probably my biggest takeaway from it. And yeah, Molly Malone's instead of the after party. Oi, oi.
Yeah, I was going to say it was an unforgettable night. but I can't actually remember the after fight, like the Molly Malone's bit, mate. I really can't remember it. Yeah, that was literally it. I mean, the Molly Malone's bit. I think England were playing that night, but I don't remember anything. I remember in our vlog, I remember seeing like England are on in the big screen in the background. I think Ivan Toney scored a penalty.
Oh yeah, I can't remember
Anthony Gordon played as well, I think. But yeah, and as for the guests, then, so Karen Gillan for me, she was lovely, really great experience meeting her. She's very tall. That was another takeaway from it. Very tall.
Yeah, she's very.
The photo I hated. I looked so awkward. I felt very starstruck.
I hate mine as well.
But yeah, really buzzing to meet her, and she was really, really lovely. When we got to chat to her, getting the autograph signed, she was absolutely great. Ross Marquand, we had a really good chat with Ross at Aberdeen and obviously Wales. But yeah, my guest experience that weekend was really good, and that made the con really enjoyable overall. Joe, for you, your guest interaction?
Mine was Karen Gillan for photo and auto, which again was really, really cool. Even with Ross, you met Ross, but ended up chatting to Ross. And then at Wales, when I spoke to Ross, he remembered me and my jacket, which was quite cool, from Aberdeen. So that was quite, that was a bit mad. And then obviously, Bernard Hill, which, it was just you could tell he wasn't in a great way, but it was still like an honour to meet him. But yeah, very sad looking back on it, and very grateful I got the opportunity to meet him.
Yeah, it's mad how instant it was. Like it was what 2-3 weeks maybe after the con, and it was literally
2 weeks.
It literally was his last con, and then we had Liverpool, but then obviously we had the bad news. So that was week 1. Next week was, I have to have a look, see what it was. We're chatting about The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, and the Julia Garner news joining the MCU, which has gone very quiet now. Well, I'll let Coombsy start with this one. What was your take at the time then on Julia Garner joining the MCU? And can you tell us why it's gone quiet? Because it has gone very quiet of her.
Yeah, they've not really said much about. I mean, they had the leaks of Galactus, obviously, but they've not really had many leaks towards Silver Surfer or Silver Surfers. There might be, because
Silver Survette.
No, there might be the female Silver Surfer and then the actual Silver Surfer played by somebody else. It just seems very strange, and they seem to be shoveling more into this movie than you'd think.
Especially for a first film, because I think instead it's not an origin film.
Starting off with Galactus is wild.
Galactus, there might be Doctor Doom, and or maybe Silver Surfer. So it's going to be a lot to push into like a debut film for a big reboot. Yep. Joe, what's your thoughts on? Call me.
It better not be less than 2 hours, because otherwise it's not going to fit.
What was the last? I'm trying to think what the last Marvel film was, apart from Deadpool Wolverine. Oh, it was the Marvels. That was the shortest ever run.
That was the shortest.
Minutes.
It didn't feel short. That drags. No, I did not feel short. Joe, what's your thoughts on Julia Garner joining MCU and Fantastic Four the film now? Because obviously we know a little bit more. It looks like the costumes, the outfits are the real deal. Like the one we saw, looks like it actually is the outfit. Go on, mate.
To be honest, it almost has been just completely shoveled to the back of my mind because of how much since this announcement there's been a Fantastic Four, and it almost feels like since this was announced, they've then decided to have Doctor Doom put in. So maybe that's kind of where the shift has moved, and maybe the role in the film has completely changed. But until it comes out, I've no idea. I think Doom will be like an end credit scene rather than actually part of the film. There's a rumor that the end credit scene of Doom will be Doctor Doom killing all the Kang variants, which would be pretty cool to see.
Or so they're going to CGI his face off.
Or maybe it will just show like the bodies or something in that arena that we saw at the end of Quantumania. That would be pretty cool, I think, just to end that, and then officially ends it. And it's kind of like Downey saying, "Yeah, I'm the fucking villain now." You know what I mean? But I'm really excited for Fantastic Four. I think Marvel's in a good place again. So yeah, that's kind of where I am with it. I'm kind of like, I'm not having too much expectation, but I have confidence it's going to be good.
Hmm. Yeah, and as for The Walking Dead Ones Who Live, Coomsy, did you watch it?
No, but I know it's.
I'm not going to go into that yet.
I mean, it's true though. He could have been a silver man on a surfboard for Comic-Con.
I think I generally binned it. I think I actually have binned it. Yeah. But,
I've got the hands left.
Yeah, because it was a whole bodysuit, and then I cut the hands off because I was uncomfortable wearing that. I was uncomfortable wearing the whole thing. I just kept chopping it up. But yeah, Coomsy, The Ones Who Live, your take on it, even if you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it, but it seems like it was a decent enough continuation. It's still going, isn't it?
Ones Who Live's done.
Oh, they're not doing another season of that one.
I wouldn't have thought so.
They've not set it up. They don't need to. I'm not even me being a massive Walking Dead fan. I don't think they need to. I'm very happy with how it ended. So,
yeah, that's fair enough because it would probably be something that I will watch because obviously The Walking Dead, really to a certain point, is Rick.
mhm.
And it's good that they have a stopping point for that instead of relying on him for the story.
Yeah. I don't want to say too much in case we do spoil it. Joe, your thoughts on The Ones Who Live? I'm trying to think of other TV shows that come out this year, but The Ones Who Live.
For me, I think it wasn't just a perfect conclusion to Rick's story, except for maybe like some payoffs with some other characters at the end of their series potentially. But for a 6-episode series, I can't believe how much character development there was as well, because I personally wasn't a massive fan of Rick and Michonne in The Walking Dead, but that completely changed over the course of this show. Some of the emotion on display, and the way that it developed Rick's character in a completely different way to the last time we saw him, and then brought him back. It was absolutely brilliant, and it might be the best singular series of Walking Dead, I think. Even though it's a spin-off, I thought it was absolutely brilliant.
Oh wow, you mean overall?
Yeah,
I thought you meant like as a spin-off one. Yeah, that's a big statement. Yeah,
genuinely, it's right up there with like first season Alexandria, like Terminus, that sort of thing. For me, it is right up there.
It's one of the most clever, smartest TV shows where, as a 6-episode show, it all fits together so well as a puzzle. Where you get a lot of these shows, which we'll come on to in this live, where they have really, really strong episodes, and the rest of it lets it down and it drops it to like a 7. But this was like 8, 9, 9, 9, and then it ended on the 10 for me. But there was the bar was so high. I'm not sure if it's me being biased for Walking Dead, because there is a lot of Walking Dead I didn't like, and there were some moments and characters I'm not a big fan of. But we done a lot of the watch parties and the live streams and stuff, and I was always saying that's really good if they continue the story and they don't go to like a flashback scene and they don't go to what's the word, don't have any filler. And there wasn't any filler. It was all very consistent and the fan service was there, and the ending was part of it as well. Anything else for you to add on Ones Who Live?
No, just that it was
Terry Quinn. You like Terry Quinn, don't you?
Yes, I do. I do like Mr. John Locke. I just think it was done. It was just done beautifully, like dialogue and stuff. And you can really, it's the same. We say the same about guests at Comic-Con. You can tell when someone wants to be there, and you can tell that both Denai and Andrew Lincoln put everything into it, and you could tell it had like their DNA sprinkled all over it, and it was just a beautiful end to Rick's story that we hadn't had via The Walking Dead. So yeah, probably my best series of the year so far.
And another thing to say, it was actually like the return of Rick Grimes. It wasn't like Rick was in like the last season. It was like it was a wait. I don't know how long it is. I think it was season 9.
Well, they were going to do a movie, weren't they?
Yes,
and they turned it to this show.
Yeah, it went from a movie to a trilogy to this.
Yeah, I think the show worked. It's hard to say. Like, it's going to be really interesting. We've got the Peaky Blinders movie, so I want to be interested to see how that works. and if it goes, is it a movie to Netflix or is it going to be like Hitman, where it goes to the cinema for a few days and then goes on Netflix? So
Yeah.
it'd be interesting to see how it works, because they are kind of like, they are 1 hour movies almost, some of the Peaky Blinders episodes, the big ones. So that was week 2/week 3 of the lives. Next up, I really don't remember the order. Next up, we're talking about Joker 2. So it's when the Joker 2 trailer dropped again. So we know a lot more now about Joker 2. We've seen more stills. We've seen a couple of trailers. Coomsy, we'll start with you this time. You excited for Joker 2?
Yeah, because I feel like Phoenix said originally, after the original was done, he said that he would only come back if the script met his expectations, and if it was going to be a good story that they could tell. Because Joker should have been a one and done.
Yeah.
So this realistically has a huge bar that it needs to be up.
Yeah,
but I think Gaga is. It's going to be interesting because I know it's a different take again on Harley Quinn. It's more of it's a musical, so it's very strange.
Okay, DC are really they're really trying to juggle 2 Jokers and 2 Harley Quinns at the same time right now. So yeah, it's really interesting how they are doing it, and it does work. It could be free. But yeah, I was very skeptical about it being a musical, but once I saw the trailer, I did love the feel for it. I think the very first time I watched the trailer, I was like, I'm not sure. But now I see it in the cinema when I saw Blink Twice the other night and the Joker trailer come on. And I was loving it. I keep watching the trailer and I'm like, I'm really getting a buzz for Joker 2. Joe, what's your thoughts on Joker 2? I'll just say, I think this is actually the film I look forward to the most over Gladiator 2. I think this is the film that I actually am the most excited for. Look on, Joe.
Yeah, I'm not a big DC fan at all, and the way that it's been portrayed in recent years kind of like solidifies that. But Joker, I absolutely loved it, and I wasn't expecting to, because I don't particularly like the versions of Joker we've had previously. But I loved the first one. It's so gritty, dark. Obviously, Joaquin's performance is incredible, hence the Oscar. But it's so good, and I love that this is going to be more of the same, but also so different. And I love that musical aspect of it. I think it's going to be really like chilling rather than like a cringy, like just sticking Lady Gaga in for the sake of it and being like perform and just getting her to just
I'm going to be the greatest showman.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really, really good. And as the same as you, watched Blink Twice last week, and it looks absolutely fantastic. And there was more musical elements in this trailer than there has been previously. It's just been a bit of like sprinkled in. Yeah, it's so good. I love the shots when they're on stage as well. I really like that from the end of the first film when he's on Murray's talk show, and the shot of both him and Joker and Harley on stage together looks like it's going to be absolutely insane. So yeah, buzzing for it. It feels strange that it's coming around so quickly.
Yeah, it's scary, and like how quickly time passes. Like I said, like we spoke about this on stream 3 or 4. Question to the chat then: what film are you guys most excited for this year? I know Craig's a big Gladiator 2 fan, and he says he's looking forward to Joker. So I'm looking forward to hear what Craig says, and everyone else in the chat. What film are you looking forward to seeing the most this year? It could even be the new Beetlejuice movie. I've not actually seen the original Beetlejuice, but yeah, it'd be good to hear what films people are looking forward to this year. Yeah, I think with the musical element, it's not like it's not going to be wacky, is it? Like the original.
We don't know
film,
yet.
It can't be, because Joker's quite a dark film and it takes on some strong themes.
But Harley Quinn is very opposite Joker in some ways. So the way I see it is some of it's going to be from her perspective. And I feel like that's the musical element. Like she's got it in her brain or something, and it makes everything musical. Whereas Phoenix is more grounded. So her brain might work completely differently, and we might end up with a song and dance that we never expected, but we just don't know.
One of my pet peeves with film is flashbacks and like illusions and hallucinations and stuff, where this one you kind of just got to let it happen and hopefully it pays off, because a lot of the time I kind of see like flashbacks as filler, when I want the story to go forward. When sometimes the way these stories only go forward is when they actually do a flashback of a film, in the film. We've got some answers in the chat. We've got Terrifier 3 and Beetlejuice 2. So very horror driven there. Anyone seen this Terrifier movies? Again, I've not seen.
Yes.
Have you? Go on. Yeah,
Yes, I have.
Go on.
I just joined in when my friends were watching this. Oh, we're putting on a movie. So I joined in. I sat there. I was like, "What's this clown doing?" And then I just went, "He's doing what now?"
It's good.
He's no.
Oh.
Well, yeah, it's a good horror movie, but it's so horror focused that you have the guy. One scene that I saw was this kid comes into his mum's room, and Art has got the mum sat in a chair. I think it's a mum or something. Sat in a chair, and then he kills the mum, and like feeds her brain, but
What?
in mashed potatoes.
This is what Corey loves, yeah? This is what my
this
viewers like.
Yeah, it's and apparently the third one is just going to be, it's going to top it violence wise.
And it's Christmas.
Yeah.
What is that? What Beetlejuice Terrifies a Christmas film? Or it's coming out
Yeah.
Christmas time?
Terrifier
The-
3
the-
is, yeah.
Yeah, the trailer's the clown in a Santa Claus suit. So
All right, I need to give this a go. Craig says Gladiator 2, Terrifier 3, The Substance, and Sonic. Is that Sonic 3? Or-
yeah,
Yeah, Sonic 3. So, but what's The Substance? Do I know that?
No.
Is it a film? Is it a film like the BFI Film Festival? I feel like it might be on them. But
Not
yeah,
sure.
Gladiator 2, Terrifier 3, Substance, and Sonic 3. Yeah, Coombsy's a massive Sonic fan. What's your thoughts on Sonic?
See, me and Joe had this conversation the other night while we were playing. I was like, I don't think Keanu is going to smash it as Shadow. We wanted Hayden, which I think he did a good job. But seeing that trailer, you're like, okay, Keanu, okay, you can be Shadow.
Yeah, I've not seen the trailer, but yeah, the trailer paid off then, yeah?
Oh yes,
yeah, it looks
Yeah.
very good. It does look really good. It's a weird one, the Sonic films, because there was so much like hate towards the original trailer, and then so much apprehension. But there's so much love for them. They are
Mhm.
really, really good video game adaptations.
Mhm.
Very slept on, I think, as a whole. But yeah, movie lovers. I don't think anybody dislikes them. Movie lovers wise, they're just so good. And this one looks ridiculously good. Shadow the Hedgehog is like the coolest character in the Sonic universe, in my opinion. So I'm buzzing for it.
I saw someone say they love how Jim Carrey is retired from acting, but he'll come back for a Sonic movie.
Oh, drop of the hat.
He
it
loves
is because his kids love Sonic.
Oh, that's
So-
cute. Yeah,
So basically, he will come back for a Sonic film because of his kids. He
That's-
won't
yeah,
come
that's
back
pretty
for
cool.
anything else unless he, it's a big enough paycheck probably. But yeah, Sonic specifically, he said, "I'm not retiring from that. If I get to do it, I get to do it."
Yeah, that's pretty cool. A Wayne says, yeah, look forward to Joker. Gladiator surprised me at how good it looks. I can't wait to see Alien. Also waiting for a day off work. Yeah, again, I've not seen Alien yet. I really want to.
Yeah.
I got to the cinema the other night, and it was more like what film was the best time for me to see it. And Blink Twice was the closest showing, and he had a recliner seat, so that was me sorted for the night. Joe, have you seen Alien yet?
No, I've added loads of them to my watch list. I need to I want to see at least the first two again, and then go and see it. I think before I do. Same with Beetlejuice. I've got to watch Beetlejuice over the next week. So I don't think I've ever seen the original, or if I have, it must have been a kid.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm so tired. Coomsy, have you seen Romulus yet? Were you into the Alien movies?
You know what? It's a weird one because I remember watching them like when they were on the TV on the playback,
Mhm.
and I know bits of it, but I don't think I can remember watching a full one through.
Mhm.
And yet, where I had the Alien versus Predator game on the 360,
Mhm.
and I love that. So
Yes, You know what was
So I know the lore. I just don't
Yeah.
remember watching it. I mean,
Mm.
there's Prometheus as well. That's also part of the Alien lore, and there's
Yeah.
far too many of them.
Yeah, it's very hard to keep up, especially when the Predator universe almost joined with the Alien one. Paul says it's brutal, terrifying. So I'm gonna have to watch it then.
You don't want no. You'll be coming to us going, "What the hell did you make me watch?"
Craig says he's getting invited to the premiere by a production company, so I can't wait. What is a production company? Is it like a single company, independent company? I'm not too sure on that one. Yes, tell a true horror film. And Beetlejuice, forgot about that. Wallace and Gromit, Alien Romulus, so good. Watch Alien 1979 Romulus, and then Aliens. Okay, that's a good shout. Yeah, I've not seen. Oh, yeah, of course. I'm thinking Prometheus. Sorry, yeah, Prometheus is the prequel. I'm going through Aliens at the minute. I thought I didn't like the original Beetlejuice, but I watched it again last year and loved it. Prometheus is my favorite of the bunch, Milky says. And Signature is the company. So loads of movie talk tonight, and the chat has been great. So I really appreciate everyone popping in the comments. So next up, then we're talking about the Rebel Moon premiere. So yeah, again, this was something that happened this year. Completely forgot about it. So MCM Comic Con, one of our London Comic Cons.
That's a nice picture of the prophets there, isn't it?
Of what? The prophet.
You know, the prophets in the middle. They're going to see Jesus to give him his.
Yeah. MCM said they were offering out free tickets to the premiere. I applied, and got given 2 free tickets to the premiere. And I'll let Joe talk about the premiere experience. What do you think of it? And then, do premiere experience, after party, and then the film.
The experience was class. It was very like I don't really know how to describe it. It was very close. After going to bigger premieres, this one felt really close, really like hands-on. Like the cast watched the film with you. It was very fan orientated, I'd say. Lovely freebies throughout the experience, and then the after party was sick. It was really good. Saw loads of other things about the cast were there on the bevs, which was quite funny. Zack Snyder was definitely not the drunkest I've ever seen a human, and it was the experience itself was really good, and the film was besides Megamind 2, probably the worst film of the year.
Do you
maybe
think
up
Zack
there with I've ever
Snyder
seen.
Was like, I know what people are going to think of this movie, so I'm just going to get pissed as heck.
I don't even know because at the time people were saying it was absolutely fantastic. Me and Tel definitely didn't have a nap during the middle of it because of how much slow motion there was. But yeah, the experience was great. Very nice hospitality from Netflix and Rebel Moon and Zack Snyder's production. But unfortunately, the film was a dog shit.
One thing to mention about the cinema, it was the Curzon at Mayfair. It's actually a lovely little cinema.
Lovely
I think the seats as well. I think that might have been one thing that made us fall asleep. The glass of prosecco in a nice warm seat, front row, extra with the leg room. I think that no wonder we fell asleep. And again, you hit the nail on the head with all the slow motion. That's probably a big reason why we did fall asleep.
It's ridiculous.
There has been a director's cut of the film released now, which I think
was it the first one or this one?
I don't even know. I think it might have even been both, but it's over 3 hours long. So I've not even bothered. I've not got that much time in my life, unfortunately. Rebel Moon. Craig's not a fan of Rebel Moon. Worst of the year. I think I will stand by Madam Web being the worst because the trailer was too misleading for me. Like I at least thought we'd get Sydney Sweeney in the suit actually doing something, but it was like a vision. It was absolutely bizarre. Milky said, when Joe and Town went big time, love seeing you guys attend this. Director's cut of both films are both with different. Yeah, I saw that. I don't really get why they went with the different names.
Trying to trick people to watching this shit again.
It's a new one, quick.
But it was a great experience. Great to meet Ed Screen as well. Really cool to meet meet Ed and all the stars we did meet, and it was all really cool. Got photos of everyone, my apart from Zach. But yeah, hopefully we will get another experience in the future. So next up is Apes, one of my films of the year. A film I was so buzzing for and excited to see. Yeah, I think I saw that opening weekend at the IMAX. Massive Apes fan. Coombs, we'll start with you then. Kingdom Planet of the Apes. Have you seen it?
No.
There you go. Shocking.
What? I told you I haven't. I like when I go and sit down for one. My cinema experience at home is it's late. It's dark outside, and I can watch the movie on the screen. I'm that tired by that time that even if it's a good movie, I'm falling asleep. So I think I got up to the second one, and I was watching it, and I fell asleep, and then I couldn't remember where I was in the film, so I got to start it again.
Yeah, I know what you mean when you're halfway through a film. You pretty much ain't concentrating enough. But they hooked me. All of them hooked me so much, and I actually saw this twice at the cinema. I saw it in IMAX, and I saw it at Leicester Square Cineworld again. But it was the worst cinema screen I've ever been in. It had 3 rows, so it literally felt like I was in a living room. You got the first row, and then there's 2 rows behind, and that was it. Like literally, you could hear the projector noise behind you.
Cozy.
Really screen. Yeah, it didn't feel cozy being in with absolute randomers in such an intimate little screen. Joe, what's your thoughts on Kingdom Planet of the Apes?
Say his words. Oh, it's so good. It is so good. I watched it in Screen X, which was my first experience of Screen X, and the opening scenes of the jungle with the old sort of high-rise buildings that have now rotted away 300 years later. Immersing the whole cinema in that was absolutely unreal. It's one of the best cinema experience I've had because of Screen X, and probably a perfect film to watch. And it was it was really, really good. I don't think the story's the best on the rewatch. I still rated it quite highly. I think it's quite subpar to the other 3 in that respect, but it's hard to follow Andy Serkis because Caesar as a character is just so high to live up to. But as a continuing the franchise and trying to push a new version of the world, a new character, I think it's really, really bloody good. And great to see an Apes film in the cinema again. It feels like such a long time since the last one.
It does. Yeah, I don't actually remember where I saw the last one, War for Planet Apes. I don't remember when I saw it, where I saw it, who I saw it with. Absolutely, I could say the same with all of them. I definitely saw them at the cinema, but it's just a really bizarre feeling. It must have been so long ago. One thing to mention about the film is the apes. I'm going to get them mixed up. Nova's the girl, and you got Noah as the ape. You got Koba, and you got Proximus. And I loved all of them. I think I loved all the characters, and I think that's one thing that we hoped would happen with the Apes franchise. When you do get introduced to these new apes, you do hope that you do fall in love with them. And Koba was brilliant, wasn't he?
Who? Sorry,
Koba. Is it Koba? Not Koba.
I know
Raga.
Raka.
Yeah, sorry.
Because Koba's from the original ones, isn't it?
Yeah, Raka.
Raka's a great character. Had me laughing every time he spoke. And on the rewatch, every time he said something, I knew what was coming, and he's really funny. And it's sort of that like they almost speak like toddlers because of this like early in their development, I suppose, as a new and superior race, I guess. And it is really interesting. The dialogue matches that, and it's really funny. And you can see where like the same as like for us, like with classes, I suppose, the different dialects, the way that they communicate, the words they use is different, and it's really good world building, I think.
Yeah, one of the things I loved with the original trilogy was like the sign language. Like for apes actually sign to communicate with each other. It's terrifying, but masterful at the same time. Like how they actually do communicate was so cool. And how do they do apes together strong? Oh, that's gonna bug me. How do they do apes together strong? What is it? Just like that? Yeah, yeah, no, absolutely brilliant. And yeah, there was a type. Meg mentions loved it, but did miss Caesar. Saying I did like the little tribute to Caesar at the beginning. What did you
Yeah,
make of that?
yeah,
I
did
did
not.
not expect that at all.
No, neither did I. Didn't expect it. But as soon as I saw Maurice, I was like, oh, this is like a flashback or continuing straight away. And it was
Still
a nice little
alive,
payoff.
Maurice. Yeah.
Yeah, and it gets you, yeah, it gets you emotional remembering the trilogy at the start of the film. It's very, very clever. But yeah, I did enjoy the little send off at the start.
And Corey finishes off with Kevin Durant is the GOAT. And yeah, he was brilliant as Proximus. Yeah, the film wasn't perfect. I think I gave it 4.5, but it's because I absolutely adored the trilogy and the whole Kingdom Planet or the Apes franchise. So it is a bit of bias. But overall, I'd say it's probably like a 4 rating. One of the issues I had is Proximus comes into it a bit too late. I feel like if we got a bit of Proximus where he's at his kingdom, like in separate scenes, you only meet Proximus when Noah meets Proximus. You know, so I wish we got alternate scenes, but yeah. But overall, did love Kingdom Planet 8. It's one of my favorite eras and times for that one coming out. And that, if there was one premiere I could have gone to, it would have been that. It'd been really, really cool. That was at the BFI. That would have been really, really cool to go to. So just moving on then, we're on to slide number 7.
So,
MCM Comic Con. So again, I forget about this one as well. So this was your big moment, really, Coombsy. You've got, I don't know how many autographs you got. Tell us about your day at MCM Comic Con. How we went to the after party.
Wow. I mean, it was more of a pub that we paid to get into. And there were people kind of dancing in the background.
They had burgers.
Yeah. That tastes like cardboard, but you know, it did at the end of the night. Yeah, MCM, like usual, was really good. There was obviously originally I was like, you know, I'm just gonna get a couple of things, and then it kind of escalated to the point I was like, they're never gonna get these people. Oh, I really want that signed pop, and it was on eBay. It was a Roger Craig Smith, and then MCM were like, here you go. He's coming to London. I was like, he hasn't been here since 2013. I got to get the really expensive Ezio pop just for it, which I did. And yeah, voice actors are a lot more bubbly than the actors. I will say that. Like they have a certain language that they use. Certain body language. They're like really energetic, and they usually recite lines, and it's generally a cool experience, especially if you grew up with Roger Craig Smith in everything that he's ever done, which is a lot of things. He's been Batman, he's been Sonic, he's been Ezio, he's been Resident Evil 5, what's his name? Chris Redfield. Yeah, and Robbie Daymond, he was a voice of a Spider-Man cartoon, so it's weird meeting somebody that's voiced a character like that.
I think that was the voice of Meowth was there, I think. But
no, that was at MegaCon.
The MegaCon, that's MegaCon, yeah,
it was a MegaCon, yeah.
There you go. I thought I think dreaming that. But yeah, you hit the nail on the head about voice actors. Because obviously when you meet a lot of guests, they're not in character. So whatever you saw them as, obviously that's not what they're like in real life. But when they're actually voice actors, they can do a little voice impression, and it kind of gives you that flashback. And
I was impressed because I had Roger for Ezio, Sonic, and Batman, and he did every single one of those voices when he was signing.
That's mad. That's really cool. And the example I was thinking of was Joe when he does the Dino Joe show, the guest you had in your show. And he's very, I forgot his name. Jason. And he's very enthusiastic, got a lot of charisma, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so. Like you start talking about something, you can see that they get lost in it was almost like they get lost in the world in their heads, and then they dive into it as they're doing it. And yeah, I agree. Every sort of voice actor I've ever interacted with, spoke to, has always like really adored the work. I think it's really grueling work, voice acting, so you have to love it to do it because it's a lot. It's very repetitive. Capture can be really hard work and really draining. So you've got to love what you do to be able to do it. And you can tell from the interactions you have with people. So yeah, really cool.
And I think it has that depressing element as well, doesn't it? Where you're like in that room on your own, and we can hear his people say it again, but a bit more, you know. So I think
that was shit. Do it again.
Yeah, so I think get really depressing doing that. But for myself, MCM Comic Con, I think I just met Emily Swallow that weekend.
Yeah.
But Emily was lovely, really great to meet her. She was on my wish list for 2024, one of the guests I wanted to meet, and that come true. So that was really nice. I know she's done Star Wars Celebration, which I was unable to attend last year, but I don't think she's done any other cons that I'm aware of UK wise. But very happy to tick her off that bucket list. Tamora Morrison was there, who we'd met 2021, 2022 now. But yeah, good to see Tamora again. But yeah, overall, MCM Comic Con this year, very good con. Really nice to do a con when the sun's out as well. We don't have to carry around a coat. I think that's such a big difference. Downside of the con was the pint test. We done a Madri. Awful.
We asked for cider.
It's the worst beers, but worst beers are at the XL. Absolute facts. Joe, you've been to MCM. What's your thoughts on MCM Comic Con?
Oh, as an experience for a con and what a Comic-Con you envision would be, that is what MCM is. If you want to go to a con, not for guests, just to be social, interact, network, all that sort of stuff. MCM's class. I really love the official stalls, which is what the XL is quite good for, but MCM especially, like Hasbro, Tops, whatnot, all sorts of stuff. It's just, it's really, really good. And the XL is a great venue, but their bevs are shite. But yeah, as a con, it is right up there for me.
Milky says, question for the panel: if you guys could choose, would you choose voice acting, stage, or film?
What to do as a profession or to meet people?
I'm guessing he means profession.
Joe's a very good voice actor, saying that.
That's true.
No.
Yeah.
I'd love to be an actor in theory, but I think I'm more suited for voice roles. I think as do as a job. I can't not stage. I think the repetitiveness of doing a show 6 days a week, a couple of days twice a week would really drain on me. And then meeting people out afterwards that want autographs. What weirdos? Why would you? So, I'd love to be an actor, but what can you do?
Stage.
You know what? No, I've done stage.
It's Billy Elliot. If you've ever watched Billy Elliot, he's there.
No, I've done like school production stage, not a massive stage, but my cousin does stage work, and I used to go to his performances. He wants to be an actor, but obviously there's a point that you got to do stage first and then go into the acting side of things. But personally, I think I'd do voice acting. I'm not very good at it, but I feel like I would enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. For me, I'll probably do actor, but I don't know. Put me in a horror film and kill me off first. That'll do me. Just give me a brutal death. I'll take that.
He's in Terrifier 3, by the way.
Yeah, there you go. I've been Terrifier. All right, next up then. I really don't know what the next slide is. It's really winging this.
There's one thing we can do here, Joe. Could you exit your seat?
I feel like I put that poster together. I think that, the Acolyte is about Jackie Long. Okay? It's a new spin-off of
Jackie.
This is the new comic book they're doing.
Yeah. Lightsabers didn't kill her either. She had two in the back. She still survived.
I will sum this up really quickly.
Very nice.
The premise was really good before it came out. I think there's parts of it that's really good. I love the world it's set in. I love the prequel era it's set in. Unfortunately, it was paced really badly. Dialogue was really badly, but it was left in a place similar to Rings of Power season 1, where they could go into a different direction based off criticism and start off season 2 really well. Unfortunately, it's been cancelled. I know a lot of people are really upset about it. I know Corey is gutted that season 2 isn't happening, and I know quite a lot of people are. But me, I am indifferent. There's a lot of money spent on a lot of poo. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm out of it. Do you know what? It's been really draining. Not just watching it. Watching it's been draining, even though the episodes were about as long as
20 minutes long.
A cigarette break. But
The YouTube ads.
yeah, genuinely, Amazon Prime ad these days. But yeah, genuinely, it's trying to find positives from it has been quite draining as a whole. But yeah, it is what it is. It's in the past, thank God.
Yeah, well, this is why we're doing a recap for the season finale. We can talk
Yeah.
about Acolyte a bit more, but that was what was happening. We do the live stream and talk about the Acolyte, moan about it, and then we're like, oh, we've got it again next week. It was just a bit of repetition. So it was a nice relief when it ended for the sake of the live stream as well, where we can actually critique it and then move on to something else. I think then we moved on to like Deadpool, Wolverine, and building up our excitement for that. Coombsy, your thoughts, mate?
If somebody put me in a room and they had to choose something to torture me with, this would be the thing that killed me.
Yeah.
I can't put it any other way.
All right.
Episode 3 and 7, yeah.
What, you mean the same episode?
Was it the
Shit.
power of one? Is it the power of one?
I
Is
don't
that
know.
what it is?
Power of many.
Yeah, that's what,
God.
yeah.
Oh.
I've watched the episode once. I've not rewatched any of it. So once it was done, it was done. So yeah. Well, we'll go off the Acolyte for a second because Craig said, "What dream guest would you boys love to meet?" Unless it's Daphne Keane, and then we can talk about the Acolyte longer.
No, because we definitely go up to her and be like, I didn't like the Acolyte, but you were good in Logan.
You know. Go ahead, Coombsy, you can start. What dream guest would you boys love to meet at a con? Coombsy's got a lot of
he's done one in the States, so I feel like he could do one over here because he is British. But Andrew Garfield.
Mm-hmm.
He has done conventions now in the States, and I feel like somebody could get him to do one over here. He'd be expensive because he is over there.
Price. Yeah.
I reckon 1.6. So I reckon I reckon like Jensen level pricing or more, because I think he was 250 in the States or something ridiculous.
Yeah. I remember Tom Hiddleston at MCM was 225, I think.
Yeah.
So I feel like Andrew Garfield.
And he was a miserable.
Let's put you back. Let's put you back. So Andrew Garfield, Joe, what your dream guest? Is it obvious?
Viggo.
I'll say I go for Hayden, and I was like, oh, you might go Viggo actually.
Yeah, Viggo Mortensen. I've been watching more of Viggo's work as well recently. I've added quite a lot to watch list. He's just an absolute fantastic actor, and just he picks his roles. He doesn't just do films for the sake of it, and I love that about his work. He's not like money driven. He will pick a project if he loves it and loves the idea of it. So a lot of what he's in is great. And he just seems like a really nice guy from what I've seen. And it would just be like crazy level guest for me. And yeah, I can't think of anyone else I'd rather meet more. And Ian McDermott again, obviously. But
I feel like Viggo picks films to be in that he'd watch himself. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like he picks films that would be in his own film collection. Myself, if I'm simping, it's Florence Pugh. If I'm being serious,
she won't even do her own sign.
It's Ewan McGregor. If I'm being serious, it's Florence Pugh.
She owes me money.
Kieran said, "Hi lads, in Wales this weekend. The connection's been hit or miss. No problems, Kieran. Thank you for tuning in. Any questions, do fire them in. Paul says, Joe, have you watched any episodes of Rings of Power 2 that have dropped? He's done them all, I think.
Of course he has. He knocked him out.
I've done a lot.
He's what? He's not what? He's won them
not-
what?
Yeah,
He's
Sauron,
knocked him
mate.
out.
How about Sauron? I've watched them all. It's very, very good. There'll be reviews coming either tonight or tomorrow morning. But yeah.
Ori says, yeah, Vigo is his. Jack Quaid. Jack Quaid would be a good one. I'm sure
He
he'd
is
be
doing
really
some
fun.
Palmer.
Yes,
He did. He did For the Love of Sci-Fi, or was it horror? No, it was sci-fi.
Did
I
he?
think. Yeah, he did.
Okay, fair enough.
Not the last one, but the one before, I think it was.
Okay. He's just directed a film as well, which I want to see. Is that Vigo?
Yes,
I think
me
it's
too.
Vigo.
Yeah, me too. It's really hard to try and find, and it was in the cinema for like less than a week, really annoyingly, but it looks really, really good.
What's the other one called? The one that was in cinema for a couple of weeks? It's a long film, isn't it?
It's and they've
Is
snuck.
it the look of something? I can't remember.
Yeah, carry on. I'll find it.
It's that Western
Someone
film.
watched this. Yeah,
Paul said Ian
It's
McKellen
Western.
for him. Western. Yes, West. I think some Germans in it as well. I can't remember. Milky says he's watched all three as well. Craig says Anthony Starr. Weird one of Anthony Starr. He went to For Love of Sci-Fi last year, and I was really put off by the way he dressed. He wore a big beanie and glasses. He looked nothing like
That's how he dresses.
Yeah, it looked like he just didn't want to be there, but if that's how he dresses, like, I'll be disappointed if I got a photo of him wearing a big beanie down to here and sunglasses. Like, no one can tell that's Anthony Starr in the photo. But
yeah, true.
I don't know how he is in person, if he's charismatic.
Excuse me,
as his
sir. Can
character.
you remove your beanie? I'll laser your fucking eye out.
I literally love to have the balls to say that. Can you just take your glasses off, please? But obviously, not gonna happen. Milky's got a good shout. Sean Bean would be cool to meet. Paddy Constantine too.
You can meet Sean Bean. He signs anything.
He actually does, yeah. It looks like he signs it all. And Audrey said, I saw it in FOP. Wish I grabbed it. I take it that's the Vigo film.
Dead Don't Hurt. It's called.
Dead Don't Hurt. That's it. I met Anthony. I was very nervous. I thought he wasn't going to be pleasant, but he was so cool. Oh, that's good to hear. Oh, it's great to hear that you've met him as well. So yeah, thanks for sharing that in the chat, mate. So yeah, Acolyte, unfortunately, wasn't
Get
very
this
good.
slide gone.
I do feel guilty. Don't you feel a bit guilty that it's flopped? Like, I know the fans hated it.
No, mate.
No.
Honestly,
I
feel like we were trying to find the positives from it. You know what I mean? Like, I think episode 5's great. I thought the action was really cool. I really enjoyed Chimera as a character, but the pacing and like dialogue, I can kind of look past, because if the actual dialogue in Star Wars films is cringy, except from the animation's better dialogue than it is in the movies, generally speaking. So we were trying to find positives, but the pacing was so bad, and it was just so badly written. And there's no excuse when the budget's that big.
I feel like they're very, very naive and arrogant. That they've done season 1 like they were guaranteed season 2, and like where they get this confidence to not treat the audience a bit harsh, but show the film as it was, the show as it was. People ain't going to be waiting around for season 2 if it ain't. You can't put 6 episodes out and just be like, trust me.
No,
Maybe
it's the wrong.
they do.
It was the wrong fan base for it. Unfortunately, Star Wars fan base is the most toxic fan base there is. So by doing
They
that,
won't wait for anything.
no,
Yeah, and once there's a pilot, there is a pilot. People are all going to go for it. Kieran says, hoping for them to release some more guests with Farnborough Fan X. What guests would you like them to release if they do? If you just say one each, then guys, and we'll move on to the next slide.
no more. There's too many for me already.
I'm just looking at Walking Dead. I'll say Jeffrey D. Morgan. I don't think it would happen, but that would be a great one for me. Yeah, Coombsy.
You know what? Out of the ones that are there, it's a very strange lineup for me, because it's like puppeteers, and then you've got all the people from Game of Thrones, and then for some reason they've chucked in Veronica Taylor.
Loads of Phantom Menace.
Yeah. I mean, Ahmed Best, let's say.
That's a good one. I'm sure it'd be good to meet in person. moving on of the Acolyte before we do. Each episode of Acolyte costs the same as the whole film of Godzilla. That is mad, isn't it? Yeah, it's money laundering, literally money laundering.
Disgusting.
What
Right,
did the actress say about it? I'm pretty sure she said something quite recently.
We ain't got time. We ain't got time.
All right, it's all right.
Acolyte. Oh, I hate it.
There we go. Right, House of the Dragon. This was what we spoke about next for weeks on end. Coombsy, you've not seen it, have you?
Well, you told me it was boring, so I didn't bother.
I've never badmouthed this film.
Also, these accusations. Slander. Slander.
Joe, House of Dragon. Talk to me.
The first couple of episodes were brilliant, proper, right up there for some of the best episodes they've done. Episode, was it 3 or 4?
What was the big one?
The Rook's Rest. Oh, that's all. Rook's Rest episode was great. Well, the second half of it was great for me. But I think it's frustrating when series now come out every 2 or 3 years, when you get a series that is clearly like a build up to the next one, and characters that you loved from the first series are kind of just put on the back burner to build up to a next one. But then you've got to wait 2 years. It's really frustrating. Like, take me back to the days of like Prison Break, Lost, Breaking Bad, where you literally got series, year in, year out. Like Lost was perfect for me because when I watched that originally, there'd be like 20 odd episodes, 25, 26 episodes, and it would last for 6 months. And then you'd have 6 months off and it'd go bang straight into another series until it finished. Walking Dead was the same.
Yeah. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, Walking Dead was the same. You'd get, what was it, 6 to 12 weeks and then a break, then 6 to 12 weeks and then a break, and that was how it went. So it's frustrating when we've now got to wait 2 years after what, in my opinion, was a lot of build up. It's good if you're binging it, but it's a lot of waiting for a bit mid, in my opinion.
Yeah, that doesn't really seem like a thing no more. Like with The Walking Dead, they do 16 episodes. I think my headphones have died. They do
8 and 8, wasn't it? Yeah.
I can hear. They do 16 episodes, 8 episodes with the mid-season finale, which is like a banger episode. So you're gonna get a really good episode, and then you'll wait till the fall, and you have the second half of the season. But episode 9 will be brilliant because it's coming back to the season, and then the finale of that will be brilliant as well. So yeah, they don't really do that no more. Even with Walking Dead after COVID, they had to do like a 21 episode season, and it went all a bit messy. I've got loads of questions. Yeah, that's a great one. Where is it? I just saw. Yeah, this is it. We watched the Hedge Knight series next year. It will only be 6 episodes and introduce a really cool combat aspect never seen in Game of Thrones. It will fill the gap. I was going to say that because the Game of Thrones universe is continuing. So, yeah, we just got to put lovely Alicent to the side for 2 years. But yeah,
sorry, Olivia Cook.
Yeah, I'll watch it 100%. Anything from that universe will be right at the top of my TV agenda. So yeah, and I like that it'll be 6 episodes, and hopefully they don't do like loads of episodes at the start, and it'll be 5 weeks then. Yeah, I didn't even realize it was next year, which is Is
that the one with Egg? The little kid called Knights? No, is that Knights of the Kingdoms or something? Knights of the Seven Kingdoms.
I think that's this. I think that is this.
Yeah, we've got the right man in the chat. So Milky, yeah, let us know. Is that the one with Egg? Let's see what else we got. Kieran says he's getting Watto, BB-8, Revolver, Pop Sign, plus all the Phantom Menace guests. Yeah, Phantom Menace poster is so good as well. So
God, the new one's lovely.
I'd love to have a Phantom Menace poster displayed. It looks so good. That's my childhood Phantom Menace, you know. So really cool, that one.
You can get one.
What's that?
You can get one.
I could get on, but I've got to be careful. I've got the big Hitman poster now. I've got no room.
Oh yeah. You got no room.
Craig says, I agree. The wait for new series nowadays is so long. Stranger Things, Mads think it debuted 10 years ago. Yeah, like Millie Bobby Brown, which is engaged or married.
She's married.
Yeah. Married, there you go. Yeah. So it's just scary.
Bon Jovi's son.
She's gone skinhead and long hair more times than a Millwall fan in the last since it started.
Yeah, the amount of time they grow their hair out. Yeah. Milky says 3 seasons of 6 episodes each. Yeah, it's the egg one. Yeah, and yeah, Corey confirms egg is in it. But yeah, quick summary then, Joe. House of Dragon. I know you said like episode 1 and 2 was brilliant. And
yeah,
go on.
yeah. Episode 1 and 2, brilliant. And then it was just a bit like, meh. I understand why Damon's arc was how it was, but just frustrating for me. Did me numbers on TikTok, which was nice. Yeah, I'd say it's like a 7.1 overall as a season. It's not bad, but it wasn't great in my opinion.
Yeah,
as a series.
I think there was a lot of character development. We've got a lot more Jacaerys, which I liked. I feel like Jacaerys is going to be really cool. But we've got a lot more of the dragons. I feel there's a lot more dragons going, and we had Rook's Nest with the dragons fighting. Aemond was really good again. I did love Aemond and Aegon. I thought they were both really good this season.
Yeah.
First season didn't get as much of them, but yeah, I thought they were great this season. But yeah, it's more to do with Daemon. The Daemon story, a bit disappointing, but it is what it is. So I'm not faulting House of Dragon at all. It is his story, so you can't really do nothing with it. So but yeah, I do like how Rhaenyra was losing patience with Daemon, and she was like, "Oh, I never really trusted you. I never did." So I really did like that dynamic as well. But really excited for the next season. Yeah, it is just a shame that it is going to be 2 years. Like 1 year would be enough. You can almost count down the days, but 2 years you kind of just got to put it to the back of your mind and watch other stuff. We're going to have like The Last of Us season 2 before House of Dragons, so there's going to be other things to watch, and then we'll be like, oh, House of Dragons coming back, and we'll probably rewatch it all and then fall in love with House of Dragon again. You guys looking forward to Beetlejuice? Looking forward to Beetlejuice?
Hard to say because I've not watched the first one. So ask me that next week.
Boo Team Green Crusoe. Milk said 8.5 for me. I dislike the changes that happen to have a huge effect on canon. Oh, that's the worst. Yeah, when it affects canon. Yeah, absolute killer. He censored his comment. Right, next up then we have got, I think it's a con. It is a Comic-Con Midlands again.
Oi.
It was very weird. Comic-Con Midlands. Joe, your thoughts on Comic-Con Midlands? Mark was in the chat earlier. Mark, if you're still in the chat, give us your thoughts on Comic-Con Midlands. Very weird one, wasn't it? Because by 11 o'clock, we're sitting down, eating. What do we do?
Yeah. Yeah, weird one. It was nice to have a new location. Nice to see a different variation of guests. All the guest interactions we all had were very, very good. Staff friendly as usual. But the scaling of the con, the stalls, and like the Comic-Con aspect was pretty disappointing, I'd say. Panels were good. Nice to bump into Corey. That was really cool.
Yeah, the day we met Corey.
But as a con, when you're traveling to something, and it is like that was what it was like. It was like, oh, if you weren't going for guests, it'd be a thorough disappointment, I'd say. And Telford just felt like it was Telford just feels like someone's just picked up like a retail park and just dumped it in the middle of nowhere, and that is Telford. Yeah, it was so bizarre as a place.
It feels like the Truman Show.
Yeah, it is.
We've got Five Guys, we've got a Cineworld, and we've got a Comic-Con. What more could you want? But yeah, it was just, and then a lot of weird walking. Yeah, a lot of weird walking. The hotel was in a weird place. Like, yeah, everything was really strangely located. Guest experience then. So do you want to go through who you met? I can't actually remember who you met.
Sorry, yeah, I met. So I only booked it on I decided I was going after the live on the Thursday. Sorry, and then I met Thor. I bought a Game of Thrones poster, so I met Thor, which was really cool. He was a really nice guy. Very scary. yeah, that would have been mad. But I met Thor Bjornsson, the Mountain from Game of Thrones, and the man that beat up Eddie Hall. And
Mountain.
Yeah.
Sorry, is there feedback on the stream, guys, or is it okay?
No, it's fine. Pedro Pascal, he done him in too.
Yeah, and then Ella Purnell, because I also bought a Fallout poster and got Ella to sign that. So Yeah, guest experience are really good. Ella's was a bit odd, but understandable because it was her first Comic-Con. I think she was kind of going off of the advice of agents and whatever, and I think she tried her best to do as much as she could that she felt comfortable with. But it was that was all a bit strange. But as a con, the panel was really good. Sophie Dimatano was really nice.
Mhm.
But yeah, not much else to say about it really. It was a lot of the same. It was a lot of
Yeah.
the same like Monopoly stuff. Yeah. What did you think? What was your sort of takeaway from it? Because yeah, you were excited to go because of Ella.
Yeah, well, I love going to new cons, and I love traveling. So I love going to new venues, and so to go to a new venue, tick it off the list. Because it's really weird with these Monopoly events. I'm just like, oh, I'm never going to go there, and then we end up going. You know what I mean? We've done Aberdeen, we've done Edinburgh, we've done Telford, we've done Wales. Haven't done Full Love Fantasy yet. I've done Manchester, I've done Liverpool. So I've done a lot of these cons, and all the time I'm like, I can't see myself going there. I end up going. But I loved it. I loved it. I love meeting Open now. That's really cool. It's very surreal because it's on the back of Fallout. So the announcement was huge to actually get Ella Purnell. It was actually bizarre.
Yeah.
Like I think Corey put it in the Discord when we had Discord at the time, or someone shared it on Instagram. I can't remember, but I couldn't believe it. I was like, nah, that's actually mad. Really, really crazy, Paul.
I think it was me.
Yeah, someone shared.
You were like, "Oh shit!"
The community shared. But one of my highlights was actually the panel. I actually asked her a question. This is my first time going up for the panel, which was a bit scary. And I asked her their letterbox question of 4 favorite movies, and it was actually a good answer. Can't remember. I know she said Lilo and Stitch, The Room, Harry Potter films, some other film. Can't tell you that other one. But yeah, so the interaction with Ella Purnell was really good. Joe got to meet her as well, and Mark also got to meet her. So yeah, Ella Purnell side of the con was good. The venue was okay.
Underused.
It was too big. It was too big for the con, and yeah, they didn't have enough stars there essentially. But I enjoyed the weekend, but there was so much more you could have done there. If that makes sense. So yeah, hopefully they improve. They've got 3 cons there, haven't they, next year? So hopefully they.
No, they've got one there. And they've got another one in Birmingham, haven't they?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but as a Midlands thing, whatever it is. So there's more cons going on in that area. But I enjoyed it, but not the best this year. It just definitely was a lack to do. The positive was, to give you a sense of timing, the Euros was on. I think the Euros had just started. It was when Scotland got topped 5-0.
Yeah, opening night, wasn't it, the Friday?
Yeah, so or 5-1. I think Rudiger scored an own goal. So yeah, it was good that the football was on. That was a nice distraction from the con. But enjoyed it. See what the chat's saying. Mark says it was a ghost town. So much debate on the Ella Purnell auto. Should I show it? I'll show it. It's just
mine's going.
So that's the autograph. It says EP Jackie. Yeah, a lot of debate about it, and she has mixed up her autograph with all the cons she's been going to. But that's a legit one. That's all I can say about it.
It's her first con she's ever done. You can always say that, can't you? So
yeah, exactly. But yeah, a lot of debate. Corey loves it as well. Corey got a photo. No, Corey got a photo holding. It's Snacky. I think you said Snacky.
Snacky.
Mark says very quiet, which is a dream for signings, but it was a laugh because we got to have a piss up. Proper sit down meal. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was like, when we had a meal, I was thinking, where do we have a meal? And Craig says needs to go to a con with you boys. We'll definitely go to a con, Craig. Yeah, if there's a con that you see like a guest and you really want to go to that con, we'll go because of content as well. I just love going to cons, and yeah, I'm always up for a con. All right, ask Comic Con Midlands. Hopefully,
this is Northern Ireland.
Okay, next one. I'm hoping Coomsy can relate to the next slide. You can. Wait, no. You didn't go, did you? No, you didn't go. I thought you went. Sorry.
Well, we thought he was coming home.
All right. Go ahead, Joe. You start with this one. So
I was at home.
The football was still on, actually, at this point.
Yeah, it was Switzerland game. It was Switzerland game. Quarters.
Yeah. So
this quarter.
So this one for me, I didn't get nothing signed. I was debating getting a Taskmaster
yeah.
box signed by Ray Winston, but the queues are too much, and I thought it's not worth it. Joe, who did you meet? Julian Glover. Talk about your day, mate.
Yeah, I had quite a busy one. So I started my Thor poster a few weeks before, or like a week or two before, at Midlands. So I thought, oh, there's going to be some Game of Thrones guests there. I was going anyway, so I met Julian Glover, which was really cool because he's been in loads of my favorite franchises, from Indiana Jones, Star Wars. He's in, and also he's very, very, very good as Maester Pycelle in Game of Thrones. So I got him to sign that. He was really, really, really nice. I met Natalia Tina. Again, been in loads of franchises and was really nice to me. It was quite funny because she had a cold and the interaction was quite funny. And then I
She
bought,
did, yeah.
and then I bought a Hobbit poster, a one sheet that was used in the States for the cinema run from 2012 from our mate. And then I got Sylvester McCoy to sign it in
You met your poster.
yeah, he did. He manhandled it, didn't he? And that was really, really cool. And it was my first experience with a Posca pen, and that was also a very, very fun time. So yeah, it was good. I was very, very tired. I filmed a little bit of content, but I left at like 4:30 in the morning. So it was a long day and a long weekend. But
And we left the con early because of the football.
yeah, and then went and had a few beverages and watched the penalty shootout, which was squeaky bum time. But it was it was good. It was good. It was very strange. It seems very strange for me, even looking at that photo of you there with none of the posters behind that are usually there as the backdrop. It looks a bit bizarre. It looks like you stood in King's Cross.
It looks like a fake con. Yeah, it looks like a fake that. Yeah.
It's a green screen.
Yeah, weird day that. It was a very weird day. The hotel was weird, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very weird weekend. Where we at? Has anyone ever met Ellen Page after watching Umbrella Academy? I want to meet them. I don't know.
Elliot Page.
Elliot, I see Elliot, yeah. I don't know if they do cons. I haven't seen them do cons.
Don't know.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I reckon they get quite a big fandom if they do. But, Robert Sheehan, who plays... Who does he play? I can't remember his name. The guy from Misfits, who's also in Umbrella Academy. I forgot his name. But one of the guys from Umbrella Academy, he's in London coming up. He's talking about a new book and how he's come out of rehab and all that. So one of the guys from Umbrella Academy he's coming to London. It's very soon. Craig says then the Twisters premiere. I don't think that's actually on here. But yeah, I don't think we actually spoke about Twisters premiere that much. But yeah, Twisters premiere, very, very good experience. Klaus, that's it. Klaus. Yeah, Klaus is in London very soon. He keeps coming up on my Instagram like advertisements. But yeah, he's doing a book signing or something in a talk. Then finally, I think the final slide. Yeah, the final slide is where we all attended. And I don't know if we spoke about it much. Did we speak about it much? Did we? I can't remember.
Not really.
No?
It's probably the most we'll talk about, actually.
Yeah. Go on, Joe. You talk us through your local con.
Well, my home is England. Before anyone gets it twisted, I don't want this Wales slang. I am God save the king. But anyway, yeah. So Wales Con is literally 10 minutes from me, which is beautiful because I travel all over the bloody country to go to Comic-Con. So it's very nice to have one local. But regardless if it was or not, this is the best venue for a Comic-Con in the country. It's so easy. The guests were great this year. Staff were really good. Very, very easy. Very enjoyable. Very fun. It's just a really, really good con. It's one that like we didn't really meet anyone on Sunday except from getting a photo. But you could go to that one just to walk around for a day without meeting a guest, similar to MCM. It's a very, very good con, and it has a lot of potential to get bigger guest wise and stuff like that, because the way it reaches out to guests and the attractiveness with the Celtic Manor next door to have for a guest to have a really good weekend in a ridiculous resort, and then literally be on the other side of the road from the ICC. It seems like everyone enjoys themselves, from staff to guests to people attending. It is bloody brilliant.
And we've seen it with the after party, with the Walking Dead stars coming to the after party and then going on a piss up in Newport. So
which you remember.
Yeah, I remember. So yeah, a lot of them do actually, they do enjoy it as a whole weekend experience. And I think I do like that question when people ask in the panels, how are you finding so and so this place so far, and they talk about what they've done so far. When I was in Manchester, one of the guys from The Walking Dead, he was like, "Oh yeah, I saw a play last night in Manchester, and tonight I'm going to a concert." So it's nice to hear what people actually do when they're in this area or a con is being hosted. So Con Wales as well, and you're not too far away from Cardiff and Bristol and everything else. It is very doable to actually explore that part of the country. But yeah, Coombsy, your experience in Wales, you had a very busy day. Diamond Pass as well.
Yeah, that's what made it not so busy. Because obviously I said to you guys, I managed to pace it out. I didn't just go, right, I'm going to go to every single guest on their first session and go bam, 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 and just knock it out. No, I took the time, saw one guest, then went round the stalls, then met you guys up at the bar, then went to the second section, kind of did it in sessions. You can get a lot done there quite easily. You don't need a diamond pass, but it makes things a lot easier. And that's when you can explore this wonderful venue, which is really weird. I mean, you've got the ICC there, and then you've got Celtic Manor right next to it. It's like somebody's just taken a building from somewhere and stuck it next to a resort by a motorway for some weird reason, but it works.
Yeah. They own it. The Celtic Manor own the ICC.
Yeah.
Milky says, if the upstairs of Aberdeen was open to the public, would it stand with Wales?
No, this is still better. It'd still be better, I think.
I don't think it's possible to understand the size of Con Wales until you actually go. Like, you go in, they've got the whole projector telling you what's on. The whole schedule's on a massive projector screen. You got an announcer telling you when panels are starting.
Yeah.
So if you got about something, they'll actually tell you, and the speakers will go over the whole con, telling you what's happening, what's next. Queue management, everything's great. Car parking, you got the car parking underneath the con, and you got car parking up the hill. And guess what? Again, they could have got another 6-7 big names, and it would have been fine.
Shuttle buses to park in.
Yeah, we still found quiet places of the ICC to vlog and record content. The only downside maybe the lack of food options that weekend. I think there's more food options the year before. But yeah, I think Manchester Comic Con, they actually did have quite a good variety of food. So yeah, maybe more burger vans and stuff like that. But
they've got the bar, but no food at the bar, where they usually probably would have.
Yeah, that was a weird one. Yeah, because they had Newport.
They've got cafes, haven't they? They've got cafes inside.
Yeah.
There's one upstairs and one downstairs, and then the main food is outside.
It's weird, isn't it? Because they got Newport Market. They had Newport Market for the after party. So surely some of the vendors could have done a deal. Have you got a van? You come down and have your own van, sell your food. But the katsu burger we had, lovely, and that beef baguette, that was nice as well. But good, very good experience. You guys both met Jesse Usher. Good experience meeting him. Yeah.
Oh, lovely guy.
You go first. Yeah. I asked him if he'd done any touristy stuff in the UK, and he went, "No, I've not had anything else. What do you recommend? I like trying the UK food and stuff." I said, "You gotta go Camden."
No, Borough Market's better than Camden Market.
No, there ain't anything like
Camden burrito is banging. I've not had one for years though.
There ain't nothing like Camden.
Yeah, that'd be good. I'm trying to think. I forget who. I honestly can't think of who I even met. Sean Astin. Sean Astin was the main man. Yeah, Sean Astin was great to meet. Joe asked Sean a question, and he's got an impression. But yeah, takeaways from the con on the weekend.
I think he scared him.
I would definitely meet Sean Astin again. Don't know what I'd get signed or I don't think I'd get another photo, but I'd love to have another interaction with him. And yeah, he confessed he's like a massive geek. And one of the big takeaways from the panel was if it's Star Wars or Lord of the Rings, he says it's a very, very tough decision, which shows how much he loves Star Wars. So that was really interesting. But yeah, great weekend. Can't fault it. Every time you go WoWs, even if there's no guest for you as a con, you'll enjoy yourself because I'm not gonna say there's so much to do, but there's a lot going on. Like there's a lot to look at and walk about. So you do get a lot of freedom to search the con and explore.
The panels themselves is the best talk experience, Q&A experience you'll have at a con in the UK by far.
Yeah, nothing comes close. Yeah, not even close. Anything else from you two guys on Comic-Con Wales?
Well, they've renewed it for another 3 years.
Yeah.
So we know that venue is still staying and they know that it's going to do well, which is great. And it sells out. Well, it sold out quite quickly this time, didn't it?
It did sell out, yeah. That was like Sunday. Yeah. I had the 12:30 ticket.
But it didn't feel like it was sold out.
Yeah. One thing that they had the Supernatural panel on the Sunday. And obviously everyone was in there. That was a ticketed event. And that gave us quite a bit of freedom to explore the rest of the con. But yeah, hopefully there'll be some nice guests next year. I'm trying to be more niche for my collection. Stranger Things, Walking Dead. They're my main two right now. But yeah, we'll take it from there. Guest wise for you two, who would you like to see at Comic-Con Wales next year?
Lord of the Rings. I would love a quad photo of the Hobbits like they did at Liverpool. And I feel like if they're going to do that sort of thing at a different con in the UK and try and compete with Liverpool guest wise and the amount, then Wales is a place to trial it basically.
Yeah. Coomsey?
Dog Paul.
Well, have you got the pop?
No.
Yeah. Mine's up there. He's got the pop. Yeah.
Joe's sending that off this week.
Yeah, 300 quid, Joe. 300 quid, mate. You might, if it's £300 for the auto, how much is it to buy the dog itself? You know what I mean? Maybe not that.
Go up to the owner. Excuse me, can I buy your
I'll
dog?
take the dog off your hand for 300 quid.
Just they're kicking off to the police. You're just stood there like that with it, just licking your face.
Oh, that got me. Meg says, I'm going next year. Got FOMO after chauffeuring. Chauffeuring. There you go. Milk says, who you want to see next year at Wales Tell? You know, I could see Sean Astin actually because I said Stranger Things, so maybe I'll get a Bob in Scrubs Stranger Things pop sign. So that's an option. And I was going to say Glenn Powell. Glenn Powell. I don't know.
They could do it. They could do it.
I've met some really good people this year. So I don't know. I'm very just surprise us something good. I'll go Rogue. I'll say like Millie Bobby Brown. I know it's unlikely, but she's doing the German one, so say something like that. Something big or Joseph Quinn. There's another one I want to meet, but it's very hard. The names I want to meet, you need a diamond pass, so you're gonna have to pay the big bucks to meet these people. What about you guys in the chat? Who do you guys want to meet? I know you said like your dream guest, but anyone more realistic you hope you could meet? Wales got to get Yellow Jackets guests for me next year, I think. Yeah, I've not actually bought any more Yellow Jackets pop, so they'll probably be a bit more. They'll probably be voted by this time next year. What's that, mate?
Elijah Wood,
yeah, he will probably get a pop. I really got to slow down on pops, trying to have a clear out. That is the end of the slides, guys. So that is 20 weeks worth of content of live streams. So let's get rid of that. So anything else from you guys before we do wrap up? Craig says we'd love to meet Ross Marquand again. Yeah, Ross.
He's such a guy.
Getting a bit weird meeting Ross. It's getting weird. but he definitely
You
knows.
again.
I know that guy. I know this guy. I have loved Umbrella Academy. I want to meet all the guys for sure. Yeah, I think Mark said about some of the Umbrella Academy cast that's supposed to be doing Basingstoke at some point. So yeah, that'll be an interesting one. Anything from you guys before we go then? Before we wrap up?
What are you looking forward to project-wise that's coming out, whether it's film or TV, over the next few weeks whilst the break?
So what's the question? Project wise?
Yeah, so like what film or TV are you looking forward to in the next few weeks that obviously we're not going to be talking about over the next few weeks?
I don't know, film TV wise. I know there is Rings of Power, but I do struggle to get into it. What else is coming out TV show wise? Am I missing something big?
I don't know. I'm just wondering if there's anything that you're looking forward to.
Yeah, TV.
Beetlejuice, obviously the big film one, I suppose, in the next few weeks.
No, film wise, very hit and miss, isn't it? Because there's some good stuff and some mid stuff. Like I'm looking forward to Venom 3, but I feel like it'd be very mid. Like, well, I am looking forward to it. I can't remember. What's
That's
the
not
name?
the next couple of weeks.
It's not. Yeah, no, it's not.
No.
What's the lady from from Hitman and Blink Twice? Ariola.
Yeah.
And,
Adria Arjona.
Yeah, her. She's in Andor, isn't she? I need to watch Andor, so maybe that'll be something.
Yeah.
And who's in something else? Can't think what.
There is a big one you're missing that's just been dropped. That's what I was alluding to.
Not Rings of Power.
Nope.
TV show. Oh yeah, there you go. See, bring on Daryl Dixon. Yeah, it don't grip me. I'm more like I'm watching it, but I'm not hooked because I was always it over 8 grand. Go on.
I'm sort of like waiting to see whether a nice. I'm waiting to see how it wraps. That's what I feel like I'm watching it for more than anything. Do you know what I mean?
I just feel like it's going to be with Ones Who Live. They give us Rick meet Michonne in episode 1. I think it's going to be the opposite. Daryl meets Carol, final episode. It's because the Book of Carol. So I know it's Daryl Dixon's show, but this is called the Book of Carol. So I feel like it's going to be Carol looking for Daryl until the final episode. So I don't know, but it will be nice if they will do meet up eventually in the end. But I think they've renewed for season 3.
Yeah, they've just finished. They've been filming it. He's in Madrid now. I think they've just finished.
Yeah. Oh yeah, can they go to Spain or something? Yeah. So yeah, it's very. Well, it's a stretch.
He's going to Benidorm, isn't he?
It's Benidorm. Milk says, "Thank you for bringing season 2 of the Tell Talks to us, guys. It's been a blast always. Always ready. Always looking forward to your return." Daryl season 2. Yeah, they've just wrapped season 3. There you go. So yeah, is that it then, guys? Anything else from you two?
No, just if you're a Rings of Power hater. The first 3 episodes are very, very good of season 2, and it's certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. So stick it.
Right, so yeah, we're gonna have a little break from the Tell Talk show. I need to recharge my batteries, and got a lot going on at work as well. But you can find these two guys on their own platform. So Joe, if you want to promote your platform.
Yes, one that I've not got a lot of you on. If you haven't already, head over to my letterbox, which is Dino Joe or Dino Joe Reviews, TikTok Dino Joe Reviews, and if you're not subbed on here, what's the matter with you? Sub now. And Insta, head over to Insta Dino Joe Reviews as well. So yes, lovely jubbly.
Kimsey, how many views have you got on your Jensen TikTok video?
Should we have a look? Because I ain't checked today.
All right, hurry up. Hurry up. And yeah,
572,000.
Sauron? Is that what we're talking about? Sauron, man. Sauron.
Celebrimble.
Lord of the Swords.
Right, how many views you on?
572,000.
Yeah, it's not bad. I've worse things. So yeah, where can we find your TikTok?
TikTok is Coombsy's Collection. Instagram is the same. And YouTube I don't really use anymore unless it's just to watch everybody else. I don't have the time really to do long form content. It's kind of a strange.
It's tough. It is tough. I do want to do film reviews on the channel. So
Mhm.
if we do see a latest release on a Friday, I'd like to do a film review. So I'm not sure. Maybe Beetlejuice is too close together. I'm busy tomorrow, but in a few weeks, if there's a film on a Friday night release, we can do a review on that, and then there'll be like a mini Tell Talks talk show. So the three of us will be together, and we can do a film review that way. But thank you to everyone for tuning in for season 2. Over 20 weeks of talking film, TV, Comic Cons, collectibles, everything. Been really great fun. We'll be back for season 3 or a few weeks, maybe a month. We'll see. So let's recharge the batteries and we'll come back even better. And we'll hopefully have lots of good stuff to talk about. So thank you all once again for tuning in, and we'll see you guys very soon. See you later.
Bye.